Today on Monkey Life, Alison's in Spain on the trail of two Capuchin monkeys desperate for a new home.
We'll take good care of them.
A woolly monkey mum can't feed her newborn baby, so an adoptive dad takes over.
Good boy. Oh, that's a good lad.
And nursery chimp Bryan falls in love with his own reflection. This is Monkey World in Dorset. Tucked away deep in the English countryside, it's the largest sanctuary for monkeys and apes on the planet. And this is Dr. Alison Cronin, the primate's best friend. Alison and her team spend their lives rescuing...
Everybody's brilliant. Really good.
...and rehabilitating primates from all over the world.
We're pleased with you now.
They currently look after more than 240 monkeys and apes from 15 different species. It's an early start at the rescue centre, and Alison is already at her desk. She's about to head off to Spain in the hope that she can bring back two Capuchin monkeys desperately in need of a new home.
Hi Tim, this is Alison from Monkey World Calling. I just wanted to confirm that I've just sent you through the government's permission to land the two Capuchin monkeys at Bournemouth Airport specially, plus confirmation of the peoples that we'll need to have on the tarmac to unload Babe and Amy.
Unfortunately, Alison is often asked to rehome animals from the exotic pet trade when owners find they can no longer look after them.
This couple have two Capuchin monkeys, but they've since moved to Spain. So they're now an expatriate couple. They had taken their pair of Capuchin monkeys to Spain. They had already had one baby from the pair. Since their time in Spain, they've had a second baby, and then the parents of the adult Capuchin monkeys since passed away. So she's asked if they can come and live with all of our other Capuchin monkeys, and yeah, the answer is yes.
Alison and her team are no strangers to rescuing Capuchin monkeys. They were responsible for the biggest ever monkey rescue when they brought back 88 Capuchins from a laboratory in Chile in 2008.
Nobody in their right mind would take it on. I mean, it's never been done before. Nothing like it has been done.
It took months of negotiation, the help of the Chilean Air Force.
I'm actually impressed how calm they are, considering that they've never been outside of that lab before.
And a Hercules plane.
Pretty huge, yeah, it doesn't get much huger.
To bring them back to the UK.
They're all going to have a chance to live proper lives again. Perfect.
But bringing primates into the UK from abroad involves a lot of admin work, and special arrangements need to be made with the authorities.
As of last night at about 8 or 9 o'clock, I was still sort of tearing my hair out because I've asked for special permission on Babe and Amy's behalf if we can land the monkeys at Bournemouth Airport, which is just down the road from us. They are a little bit older. They've lived in sort of very remote circumstances, and the hustle and bustle of Heathrow or Gatwick is just so full on. We've got Bournemouth just down the road, and I can get a direct flight from the area that they're in into Bournemouth, so I've asked for special permission to land them. And they'll be able to go in with all of our ladies and hopefully have a much more natural life than they've got at present. So I think it should be a good thing for everybody.
While Alison pulls the paperwork together, Animal Director Jeremy Keeling is at the park's chimp nursery. He has a special relationship with all the youngsters born or brought up at the park. Today, Jeremy and the maintenance team are installing new equipment in their enclosure. Chimp-proof mirrors. Chimps don't often get a chance to see their own reflections clearly, so the mirrors should prove interesting and fun. Foster mum Sally leads them out, but it's Bryan who's first to investigate. Scaring himself in the process. Sally is more interested in the nuts and bolts. It's good fun for the chimps, but it also gives Jeremy a chance to see how their characters are developing. Rodders and Ash, both 4 years old, were born within a month of each other. Their mums rejected them, leaving the primate care staff and Sally to bring them up. Rodders is turning into a proper little boy. Playful and boisterous.
Rodders, he's not got a lot going up top. He is an ideal candidate for the bachelors, and he'll be there. I'd stake my house on it.
Ash is more timid and tends to stay on the sidelines.
Young female chimps, particularly around Ash's age group, are very subordinate in their behaviour compared with little boys because they don't get away with it. Ash is just going through that, same as all little girls go through that. So therefore she's possibly feeling a little bit hard done by.
While Ash can cope with Rodders, Bryan is older and a challenge to live with.
Bryan's a thinking chap. Bryan's got an awful lot more going on, which has probably been to his detriment from his background. You know, because being an idiot, a brainless idiot, is a nice place to be.
Bryan's 6 and has been at Monkey World for 3 years. He was smuggled from the wild in Africa, came through Cuba, and was bought by a Mexican beach photographer who knocked out most of his teeth.
Bryan, from a very young age, has had a hard life, a very, very hard life. So a lot of what you see with Bryan is very new and superficial. Under the surface, he's a very mixed-up little boy still. And that reflects, obviously, on everything he does and how he is, and he needs treating with kid gloves, as far as we're concerned, because of that.
While the youngsters treat the mirrors like a new playmate, one-armed Lulu is more contemplative. Lulu arrived in 2000 after being rescued from a travelling circus in Cyprus. She lost her arm after being attacked by her mother.
Lulu thinking, oh, I haven't got an arm, is not going to be a big surprise to her, because she knows that. Lulu is also a very deep thinking person. She's got more PhDs than's good for her, that animal. She'll be writing this all up tonight. She's a clever girl, so she's just checking it out. I personally think this is great for the chimps to do this sort of, you know, anything new and interesting, as long as it isn't going to be detrimental to them in any way. As long as they're enjoying it, then let them have it.
The Spanish Costas. A favourite destination for British tourists and expats for decades. Alison and Jeremy are en route to Tarragona on the Costa Dorada.
We're just on the road now, heading to pick up Babe and Amy, a couple more Capuchin monkeys, because we don't have enough. We only have 80-odd, 88. Anyway.
For Jeremy and I, it was a no-brainer. You know, we can easily rehabilitate them with our other female Capuchin monkeys, let them have a more natural life. And for us, it doesn't matter whether you're a Capuchin or a chimpanzee. We'll provide a home if we can do that at the park. So Babe and Amy will be heading back to UK tomorrow with Jeremy and I.
So the next one.
39A, so it should be the next one.
The family they've come to see live in a small village just outside the main coastal town. They've arrived at the Spanish home where Kevin and Anne have lived for 10 years. But the couple are now planning to return home to the UK, and they've decided to give up their much-loved, hand-reared Capuchin monkeys before the move. Jeremy and Alison are keen to be introduced.
Oh, Amy. Amy.
That's Amy,
yes,
yeah.
You've got bigger tufts
Are you working this one out yourself, Jeremy?
Yeah.
You're a good girl, missus. Yes, I've had a little splash of your urine. That's nice. That's very nice. I know, you're sharing. You're a good girl.
We lost the father about 5 months ago, and since then they've felt insecure. As much as, you know, when I go in, they come on me. They need that male. It's as hard as it's going to be to get rid of them because they are part of the family. I want the best for them. You know, when you've got them and you've had them so long, they're like your kids, right? They're not just animals. They really aren't. I would say Amy is more like the mother. She can be very, you know, stay on her own, and it's got to be her decision, you know, to muck in, if you like. But Babe, she'll get into anything. She'll be in your hair if she has the chance.
Anne has obviously tried her best for Babe and Amy, but Alison's keen to know how she now feels about people keeping monkeys at home.
Would you think that monkeys would make a good pet for your average person?
It's like any animal. As much as you trust them, you wouldn't want them to be with kids all the time. Adults, it's different. But as hard as it is, you can never trust them 100%. At the end of the day, they are wild animals.
Babe and Amy will travel to the UK in special flight crates.
They've got sort of fresh air and things, but people at like the airport can't be putting their hands into them.
True.
And then on each one, they've got a window to look out of so they can see where they're going. So, yeah,
Jeremy feels both animals are in good enough condition to make the journey home.
They're looking pretty good. They're not too fat. They're not too thin. Their coat's fairly good, and I'm pretty pleased actually.
Later in the programme, will Babe and Amy cooperate when Jeremy tries to catch them for the journey home?
Have you got the door?
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, Kuna, a rare woolly monkey, gave birth to a baby boy at the park. Unfortunately, she didn't nurse him, and the primate care team had to step in. Alison and Mike have become mum and dad to baby Diego, and with Alison away, Mike's on duty.
I had a sort of list where everybody threw in a few names, and Diego was chosen. Alison, I believe, is from San Diego. So it seemed appropriate, and he's now Diego, aren't you?
It's important for the primate care team at the park to share the workload babysitting and feeding Diego.
It's not a good idea for, one person to do hand rearing because they do get sort of fixated on somebody. So it's quite good to sort of pass him around, and at a very early age as well, so that he doesn't get too sort of fixed on somebody. I mean, at the moment, I don't think he doesn't really care who gives him his bottle, which is great. And he'll grow up being passed from different people to different people. No problems mentally or in any direction like that. And he should grow up to be a very well-adjusted little baby woolly monkey like the other two, Julio and Paolo. He's really sort of dictated that he needs a bit of solid food, so we started him off on a little bit of mashed banana, about the size of a quarter of a pea, and just squished it between our fingers, put it on the end of the finger and just offer it to him, and he actually sort of sucked it off the finger. And then very, very soon we increased it to twice a day, 3 times a day, and now at every feed he gets about 3 little pieces of squashed banana.
But today, Mike's trying a new menu.
Okay, so what should we have first? We'd like a little bit of rice. Let's see how we go. I'm going to take it. Yeah. Good boy. Look at that. How's about that? Good boy. Oh, that's a good lad.
The rice is a success, so next it's his favourite banana for dessert.
Should we try the banana? Hey. Yeah, I know. See? Come on. Ah, that's it. Well done. God, dear me, that took a bit of an effort, didn't it? Hey? That was a bit of an effort, wasn't it?
Feeding over, it's bedtime for one happy baby woolly monkey.
Good morning, sweethearts. Hiya.
It's day 2 in Spain, and Alison and Jeremy are back to collect Babe and Amy, the Spanish-based Capuchins.
Hey, sweet pea. How you doing? Good girl.
They need to make the pair of sisters comfortable for the journey.
If you want to load up 0.5 for each, maybe you could go in with her and do your deed. So we've brought just a light sedation for the monkeys, which will just keep them calm in the box in case they're not happy being in a confined area, and it's just a really sort of light sedative just to relax them a bit. So get it mixed up in some yogurt, and hopefully Anne can get them just to take it down.
Jeremy carefully prepares the sedative.
One in that one. Okay, you just mix that in a little bit, perhaps.
Anne feeds it to a willing Babe and Amy, and Alison prepares the flight crates with food and water.
I think that'd be enough there, yeah?
Oh, more than enough.
More than.
Feed them a week with that.
Yeah, I was going to say. Eat forever in this.
We can feed the chimps when we get home. Man, you've done.
But before you can crate a pair of Capuchins, first you've got to catch them.
If Jeremy walks into the cage, I reckon they will both run in here because they're going to go, oh, and then we'll put a board over the door, keeping them in this room where we can then catch them and put them in the box. They've both gone in?
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So just hang on a moment.
Jeremy has persuaded Babe and Amy into their indoor bedroom area and closed off their outside enclosure.
If I pin one in the net there,
and then
come out with one pinned in the net, we'll shut that door again, can that, and then we'll go to the second one.
plan.
Have you got the door?
Yep.
First, plan A. OK, let's try plan B. That seemed to work.
Okay, quick, because the other one's back against the wall.
You've got to go around that way. This isn't... Get the net out. Are you in there?
Cool.
Similar.
Yeah.
Job done. Now for the next one.
It's all right. It's all right.
One way in, and that's that way.
She's frightened. No. But make sure that all fingers are accounted for. Cool.
For my next trick, I will balance a ball on my nose and juggle with fire. Okay.
There will be a show tonight.
Mission accomplished. and owner Kevin gives them a hand to load up. But which is which?
I think it's Amy in the big box, but I'm not sure because I had it for a moment, then when I was catching them, I kind of lost it when they're two together. Yeah.
Kind of seem calm enough, don't they?
No,
That's Babe, yeah?
And now that they settle.
But while Babe and Amy appear relaxed, it's all too much for owner Anne.
We'll take good care of them. And you come and see them anytime.
Sorry.
No, you're quite all right. Oh, they're both cut up to bits.
Yeah. Sooner we sort of...
Look at nice, calm monkeys. That went a lot better than I thought it would go.
Thing is, it could go anyway, couldn't it? So
yeah. No, but
relief.
that was pretty swift,
Yeah.
actually.
Yep.
You've done this before.
Yeah, but even so, you know, you might be... if you go halfway around the world to collect an animal, then it can go anyway when you net it. So then you can look at, right, Charlie.
Yeah.
That's everything we need to put in there, isn't it? And she can...
With Babe and Amy settled, Alison and Jeremy head for the airport. Next time on Monkey Life, how will the Spanish Capuchins take to flying?
This is the big one, this is Amy.
And which one of them becomes an escape artist?
You're good. Yep. Oh. Got him.
Today on Monkey Life.
Yep. Oh.
New Capuchin Babe's a bit of an escape artist. Something's wrong with Britain's best-known chimp.
Our biggest worry was that we've got something sinister happening.
And what happens when lunch bites back? This is Monkey World in Dorset. Tucked away deep in the English countryside, it's the largest sanctuary for monkeys and apes on the planet. And this is Dr. Alison Cronin, the primate's best friend. Alison and her team spend their lives rescuing...
Pretty huge. Yeah, it doesn't get much huger.
...and rehabilitating primates from all over the world.
You see, we're all head shaking hello.
They currently look after more than 240 monkeys and apes from 15 different species. Alison and animal director Jeremy are on their way to Reyes Airport in northern Spain with Babe and Amy, two Capuchin monkeys needing a new home. Their British owners, Kevin and Anne, who've been living in Spain for 10 years, are returning to the UK. But they're unable to continue looking after their pets. They appealed to Alison for help, and the two Capuchin sisters are to be rehomed at Monkey World. After a 2-hour flight, Alison and Jeremy arrive at Bournemouth, having secured special permission to bring the monkeys through the small airport, so they don't have to suffer the stress of the large, noisy terminals at Heathrow or Gatwick. Alison is anxious to make sure Babe and Amy survive the flight.
Have a quick look, make sure we're all okay.
He looks okay.
Yeah, I just saw movement. Yeah, everybody's brilliant. Really good. All right, let's get him unloaded. So, another job well done, really pleased. Everybody here at Bournemouth Airport's been fantastic. Babe and Amy are just waking up now. They've got, of course, 88 others to meet back at home. Well, maybe not quite 88, but quite a few other members to meet back at home, so
With nothing to declare, the team heads straight off to Monkey World. The rescue centre already has 4 groups of Capuchin monkeys, but before Babe and Amy can join any of them, they need to be moved into secure accommodation and given all-over health checks. The primate care staff have prepared the Capuchin's bedroom and are on hand to help.
Make sure Jeremy's happy with whatever the plan is. It's loose now.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, they're a bit dopey. I don't know that they'll just come running out. They might. You've got the door. Just mind out if he shoots back behind you, but you're good. Yep. Oh. Got him on. Oh, yeah, we're good.
Not that dopey.
The travel sedative has definitely worn off.
Hey, you. Hey, missus. Have her. No, too slow.
Babe proves to be something of an escape artist, evading the staff's attempts to persuade her into her new bedroom.
Right, go for it.
She's even too quick for Alison.
Come on, sweetie. You're a good girl. You're a good girl. You're a good girl.
Eventually, it's Jeremy who triumphs.
He's got her.
Cock up on the keel in front.
Yeah.
With Babe secure, it's Amy's turn.
Here. All we'll do is here, you lock me in, and then I'll go in the bedroom that she isn't in, and then you let me out. Plan B.
Yeah, just sneak that in. You good? You're a good girl.
Plan B works, and Amy is safely locked in the bedroom. But so is Jeremy. He opts to climb through the hatch into the next door enclosure, but he's a little larger than a Capuchin.
No, hang on, I want my clothes. I want my wardrobe.
Left the shoe.
Right, now shut it. Serves me right.
All done. All done, missus.
You're not here to think.
Okay, so you can let them back together and we can get the other box as and when. Okay. Cool. We'll keep Babe and Amy in sort of 3 bedrooms across from the other Capuchins for the next couple of days, and then I'll be wanting Mike Nathan to do a health check on both of them. Then it'll be down to Cara and Hannah and the team here in the house to decide which group we consider letting them meet with. We'll have to take Babe and Amy's lead now.
Alison and the team have rescued chimps from all over the world, but one of their most famous cases was much closer to home. Trudy lived at the park undercover for almost a year, while a headline-grabbing court case played out. Secret filming showing circus owner and trainer Mary Chipperfield beating and verbally abusing her caused public outrage.
Because I'm not in that sort of a mood.
Monkey World gave expert testimony at court, and the park was eventually awarded custody of Trudy. Now she lives happily with other chimps in the group led by alpha male Hananya. But over the last couple of weeks, there's been growing concern. Trudy has been walking stiffly and looking uncomfortable.
Hello, mister. Good boy. Where's Troodles?
Yesterday, keepers called in Alison to monitor the chimp's morning release into the outdoor enclosure.
What became clear is that there was some sort of situation occurring in her lower back cum pelvic region. And it meant that when she moved, her movements forward and backwards with her trunk were very stiff and awkward, and you could almost see her sort of wincing as she did it. I think when you look at her, it's what I've said to all of the primate care staff, I think that we've got an injured ape as opposed to a sick ape. So we can't tell her to stop with the exercise, but we're trying to keep the pain relief at a reasonable level where it gives her a bit of comfort, but not so much so that she starts flying around the enclosure again. So that's a really tricky balance. How much pain relief do you give?
But Trudy can't be sent for physio. So Alison's called in local vets Mike Nathan and David Harding to help Femke, the park's vet, give her a full examination, just in case. They've decided an X-ray and a full set of tests are the way forward.
Dave's going to take the X-rays and have a look and see if there's anything grossly that we can see on that. We're going to take blood samples, routine, but we also want to take some muscle biopsies at this stage. It may be that she's got to have more investigations done, but this is just a basic workup, try and do as much as we can while she's asleep.
And also just get some general pictures of her overall inside, her chest and her abdomen, because she's always been quite a small chimp, just to see if there's anything else going on at all.
But Alison is worried that Trudy's problems could have an underlying cause.
Now, we know that from the age of, say, 2 years old, Trudy was beaten quite brutally by Mary Chipperfield. Now, you know, maybe once upon a time as a youngster, she dislocated a hip, which has left the ball and joint socket on her hip sort of open and loose, and maybe she's now having an arthritic problem because of her previous treatment. It could be related to her past history. We're always aware of that, but only time will tell, and we'll be looking to the vets to give us hopefully give us a more solid, concrete answer to these questions.
It would be heartbreaking if, having got over all her early trauma, something was now to go wrong. Alison and Jeremy have just brought home 2 Capuchins from Spain. If all goes well, they may eventually join the group led by alpha female Debbie. A settled bunch of girls who all came from a laboratory in Chile and are thought to be mostly captive bred. In the wild, feisty Capuchins are very inquisitive. They spend most of their time investigating their South and Central American rainforest home, searching for hidden food sources. They're normally found in groups of up to 50 and are thought to be the most intelligent of all monkeys, putting them on a par with apes. The Dorset Centre has 88 Capuchins spread across its 4 social groups. Like Babe and Amy, when they arrived, they hadn't experienced the great outdoors or much social interaction. But they're learning to socialise with one another. To help nurture natural behaviour, Debbie's group is going to have a treat they've never encountered before.
In the wild, people have had lots of observations of troops of capuchins obtaining different types of shellfish from rivers within the forest. And capuchins are well known for their ability to crack open and tool use and stuff. So this morning we're just putting some American crayfish into their pond as part of their enrichment. So this should really make the most of the capuchins' intelligence and ability, and hopefully give them something new and exciting to do today.
Hannah counts the crayfish as she puts them into the pond and will make sure none escape into local waterways.
Worst case scenario for this project is that the capuchins won't even notice that we've put these guys in, so there'll be no interaction or trying to obtain them at all. The best case is they'll all be trying to grab them and spend the rest of the day cracking them open and having a really nice feed off them.
In the wild, Capuchin's diet mainly consists of fruits, insects and nuts. But if they're really lucky, they might find a crab or other crustaceans on the side of a riverbank. All of this group were rescued from a laboratory in Chile, so this strange appetizer is a whole new experience. Even alpha female Debbie is a little wary of the aliens in her pond. It seems that today's catch is escaping them.
Debbie's group a year ago, well, in fact, all the Capuchins that arrived from Chile a year ago, we couldn't have even done a project like this with them because they were still finding the climbing and outside are quite scary and terrifying. But now they've really started acting like proper Capuchins. It's just shown today how happy they are, and it'd be nice to do it again in a week or maybe a month to see if they've actually remembered and maybe improved their technique.
But it looks like Molly is already starting to get the hang of it. The vets are still waiting for Chimp Trudy to fall asleep after being anaesthetised. She's about to undergo a biopsy and X-rays. It's a serious procedure, but the monkeys and apes at the park suffer from ordinary ailments too, just like people. Treating them can be a challenge for the primate care team.
Well done.
The animals must be happy to allow them to administer creams and ointments, and this takes training. Over at the orangutan nursery, young Linga suffers from a dry skin complaint. The only solution is a specialist cream applied to the dry areas under her arms and groin.
Initially, when she first got this condition, we had to go in with her and we used to make out we were playing while one of us, myself or Rita, would put a bit of cream on her finger and then grab it, the opportunity, rub it in and carry on in that sense. When it kept reoccurring, we thought we couldn't keep doing this. It wasn't fair on the others. They would get, you know, they wanted to join in and play. And the reason we separated her off is that we've actually trained her to accept us putting cream on those areas.
Penny has separated Linga and her friend Dinda from the rest of the group.
It means we don't have to go in with her and pretend to play and try and get the cream on that way. She's quite happy to present her armpit or her groin and we can put the cream on, and it's made such a difference. Her skin is so much better now.
So how do you persuade a baby orangutan to allow a little personal grooming?
We'll ask Linga for her underarm. Once she presents it and we get the cream onto her underarm, I'll give a click. She knows she's done the right behaviour then, and she'll get her reward, which is a little bit of milk drink, because Linga will do practically everything for milk. She'll juggle balls. She really does love her milk, so we'll give it a go and we'll see how we get on. Linga, underarm? Underarm? You want the milk? Give me your underarm. Good girl. Good girl. Give me that underarm. Good girl. That's the one. Good girl. Yeah, you are, aren't you? Underarm. Good girl. She's a little bit anxious, but it's not affecting her at the moment. We've got it so well trained now that she's still quite willing to do anything for this little bit of milk, so it's brilliant. Underarm. Good girl. Give me that groin. Good girl. She's a good girl. Good girl, Dinda.
Chimp Trudy has been showing signs of back problems. The vets have been called in to give her a thorough examination. In order to minimise the amount of time Trudy is under anaesthetic, they decide to carry out the procedures in a room next to the chimp bedroom. First, the team must intubate Trudy before Femke takes a number of blood samples.
Right. Okay. Good. Well done.
Let's see.
Keep her on 4% for a few minutes. Do you want to start taking your bloods?
Yep.
But the tricky procedure is the muscle biopsy.
Poor thing's going to have 3 different sites, quite large chunks of muscle removed, to have a look and see if they can tell us whether there's any abnormalities. And she's going to feel a bit sore with that pulled out of her, I would have thought. She's stable, and Dave's going to do the x-rays. Now, when those x-rays are done, you've got to be right out of the area, OK?
To save time, they do the biopsies between x-rays, making each incision while Dave prepares the next plate. It's important they monitor Trudy's vital signs throughout. The stress of the anaesthetic can be too much for some chimps.
OK.
The care staff step out of the room while the x-ray machine is in use.
OK.
Then it's straight on to the next procedure.
Can you just pull her leg so that they're getting to the back? That's it.
Mike carefully takes a small muscle sample from Trudy's thigh before stitching the incision.
Right, that's a muscle sheath there. Right, Femke, there you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks.
Excuse me.
The team watch anxiously as he prepares for the next cut. Trudy is a much-loved chimp, and she's been out for over an hour already.
Right, OK, here's our muscle.
So when you get the results back from these muscle biopsies, Mike, what kinds of things would be possible?
Our biggest worry with an animal like this, of this age, Dave and I were chatting last night, that's doing these sorts of things, is that we've got something sinister happening.
It's not what Alison wants to hear.
Seamus is half her age and far bigger and more robust, albeit he's a male chimp, of course, but nonetheless, he's significantly bigger in just about every way, and she's double his age. So there's something not quite right here, and hopefully everybody's efforts will be able to shed a bit of light onto that.
Procedure over. Jeremy and Femke carry Trudy to a bedroom to recover with the help of oxygen. It's been stressful for Trudy and Mike.
A list of what could be going on here, if you look through the differential lists, we're really completely in the dark. There's a limit, you know, with these things you start simply and work up. I think we've done what we can at this stage, but we are in the dark.
It'll be an anxious wait for the results to come through. Next time on Monkey Life, Alison goes to the rescue of Samantha the squirrel monkey.
We're gonna need to sort her out before she gets anywhere near any of our primates.
And young chimp Ben comes face to face with alpha male Hananya.